I didn't care how things were affecting others until it affected me. Am I proud of that? No. We live in a very cruel world, and sometimes the only way to survive is by being selfish.
Why, oh why do poor white people vote against themselves time and time again? They vote for Trump and the other MAGA politicians only to have every promise broken, prices go up, social supports evaporate. Here's why. First, remember what I talked about recently, the psychological wage of whiteness. That term was coined by W.E. Du Bois to describe poor white folks being paid with social status rather than decent living conditions. They're convinced by the elites that they're better than black folks, better than immigrants, Latinos, LGBTQ folks. They're convinced that being white puts them in the same league as the elites. Of course, the elites know otherwise, but the poor whites buy it because they're grasping at straws. Second, they are convinced that the people they're supposedly better than are the big threat in their lives. Not the rich, not the corporations or the politicians, but immigrants, black folks, welfare queens, LGBTQ, criminals, you know, the usual scapegoats. Third, the elites promise protection to poor white folks. A politician comes along and says, I'll keep those people in their place, or I'll kick them out, or I'll lock them up. Or, more politely, I'll defend your values. They don't say, I'll make your life better. Well, they say it, they just don't mean it. They'll say, I'll make sure they don't get ahead of you. Fourth, they vote for the punishment, not the policy. When a law gets passed that slashes public housing or school funding or food aid, they think, good, that'll stop those lazy freeloaders. And they do some mental gymnastics that make them believe it's worth losing those things for their own families in order to see those problematic black people and immigrants and so forth being punished. It gets to a point where just seeing those guys being punished is reward enough, which is pretty sick, but that's how behavior works. Their housing, schools, and groceries are on the chopping block too, but they blame that on Biden. Always a scapegoat. They get hit by the same policies they were told would punish the others, and they blame the wrong people. The system fails them, but they've been trained to blame the scapegoats, not the cause, which is the rich people, the people they voted for. So they think the problem is still those people, not the fact that they were personally manipulated by the people they voted for. They're basically saying, I'll take the hit as long as you don't help them, or worse, as long as you hurt them. That is the psychological wage Du Bois was talking about, the trade-off between material security for racial status. And that's a crying shame, folks. One share, like, save, and comment shows that you care about white people taking responsibility for racism in America. This work is important to me, and I want to keep doing it. If you want to support me, consider a donation of any size to coffee.com/Kelly Snyder. And yeah, spelling is important. Get curious.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. Now, majority of white people, they have been voting against their own interest. Majority of them, they have been voting so that they can punish black people and immigrant people. But this time round, things have changed. The same policy that they have been voting to punish the black people and immigrant people, it is now also punishing them. Majority of them, they are coming out crying. Majority of them, they are losing their jobs. Majority of the farmers, they are losing their farms. Majority of Americans people right now, they cannot even afford basic necessities. So this is to tell you that majority of them, they are really crying because the same policy that they voted against their interest, it is also now punishing them. And majority of them, they are not happy. Majority of them, they are admitting they came out to vote against their own interest. But right now, they are feeling the pain that the black people and immigrant people, they have been feeling in America. And for them, it is too hard. So guys, I want you to watch these compilations of video from American people. Then I'll be back with more comment. All credits goes to the original creator of the video. I'm your host, Dash Lifestyle. Kindly remember to give a video a thumbs up.
Hey MAGA voters, this message is for you. I know how excited you guys get every time one of these undocumented immigrants is stripped away, actually physically pulled away from their little children or their wives or their husbands and detained and put into a concentration camp surrounded by alligators and serpents. I know that gets you really excited, but I just thought I'd give you a quick lesson in macroeconomics, especially for those of you that have no money. You're about to go broke, and I'll tell you why. See, here's the thing about America. Undocumented immigrants are a fundamental piece of our economy. It will not work without them. See, many of these people, most of them, pay taxes. They get few benefits, but they do actually pay taxes. They grow the gross national product, and they hold the fabric of America together by doing jobs that spoiled Americans will not do. Okay? This also causes inflationary pressure, which means everything is going to get a lot more expensive. So every time you celebrate one of these poor people being detained and deported, just keep in mind, you're one person closer to going broke. You're going to lose everything you have. And remember who you voted for. You voted for someone who doesn't even know what macroeconomics means, doesn't know the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics, okay? You voted for a dunce, and he's going to be your undoing. But keep in mind that he's really rich, and all the people in the GOP that are sucking up to him, see, they're really rich too. So I hope you're really rich, because if you're not, you're going to go broke, and you're only going to have yourself to blame. Have a good day.
I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but a lot of people are saying they're leaving MAGA now and they're angry at Trump. And I'm like, why all of a sudden? They're talking about the Iran war and Trump getting involved. Some people are complaining that the groceries, inflation, gas prices, the economy pretty much has not improved. Like Trump promised day one, he was going to lower everything, make all your dreams come true, all the bullshit. So a lot of people are realizing that the economy is not improving. I mean, I don't know what you MAGAs do when you go to the grocery store. You look the other way, pretend that the prices aren't going up for the most things, the most items. A few items have gone down, but not significantly where you can say, wow, I can really feel in my wallet that things are improving. So I guess the last draw for MAGA was the war. That Trump might be getting into a war and MAGA can handle it, can stand it, because they don't want another war. And Trump promised no wars. But you MAGAs were okay when he said, they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Jimmy goes to school. 4 days later, he comes back with an operation, and he's now Julie. All these lies, you guys are okay with this. So you're okay. I mean, you're leaving MAGA. You're abandoning Trump. You're mad at Trump. But you're still racist? You're still homophobic? Xenophobic? You're still enjoying seeing immigrants being deported, families separated, people crying on the streets because their family are being torn apart, and you guys are, that's what I voted for. So you're leaving MAGA with all that baggage, right? So you're not changing. You're the same. It's just because you're mad at Trump, right? You're not realizing, wow, I was in the cult. Wow, I can't believe that I had that perception against the LGBTQ. So you're not acting like that, right, MAGA? The thing was the war. Oh, and the grocery price is not going down, but the war did it, right? Everything else, you're going to take it with you. You're going to still be you. Yeah, no, that's not going to fly.
When they talk about welfare, they have you believe that black people is the face of welfare. Well, we have this YT welfare king receiving $2,800 a month Now they're cutting it down to $300. Let's listen to what this MAGA welfare recipient had to say about this.
Trump has cut my food stamps from $2,800 down to $350. Now, what am I supposed to do? So I literally just got this piece of mail today saying that due to new policy changes from the Trump administration and all this shit, whatever, tell me I have to go work. Now I have to go do all this. Well, I literally got 5 kids. Okay, I'm trying to sit here and spend time with them. I'm not trying to go work, 50, 60 hours a week so I can pay bills.
A lot of these cuts, they're exposing who really receive these benefits. They can't use black people as the narrative anymore, as the face of welfare, because you see a lot of white people on this app talking about Trump cut this, right? I see more white people than black people. Then on top of that, who told this guy to have 5 kids? Who told him to have kids that he can't take care of? Welfare is temporary assistance from the government. You can't spend your entire life dependent on this governmental system that's supposed to have only supported you temporarily. Out of that $2,800 monthly that he used to receive, plus other benefits, you could tell none of that money went towards a pair of work boots. Like, what happened to lacing up your work boots and being a hard worker? You're just out here having kids that you can't take care of. Like, that is crazy.
Yeah, I want to jump on the bandwagon of saying that I regret my vote for Trump. My whole family does. My husband and I own a farm in Ohio that was funded through the Inflation Reduction Act, which Biden signed into law. And now the executive orders from Trump are rolling back all of that funding for us, so now we can no longer afford our farm. And when all that happened, it was like a lightning bolt hit my brain, and I realized that I shouldn't just be voting for myself, that Trump's policies and EOs are hurting millions of people, but it took it affecting me personally to understand what I had done was wrong. And I think it's really important for anyone to come out who voted for him and is now negatively impacted by the executive orders, or maybe you have friends or family, especially in minority communities, who are being very heavily impacted by what's going on right now. So yeah, I think it's time for us to stop being so selfish maybe, and to vote for what's best for the country instead of just in our tiny little bubble, because we're all in the same boat now and we're all equally screwed by our new president.
I'm wondering if anyone else out there on TikTok is experiencing the same thing that I am, and that is extremely rude Democrats. Extremely rude. Commenting on how you look, what you're wearing, your beliefs, using name-calling, derogatory statements, and just being plain nasty. Drop a comment.
You know who else name calls and makes fun of people's looks and people's beliefs? The guy you voted for. Bizarre that you will literally support someone who does all of the things that you say Democrats are doing to you, and you're just so hurt over this. But yet your Lord and Savior literally does all of those things, and it's 10 times worse because he's literally supposed to be the president of the United States. We don't owe you kindness. We don't owe people who voted against our humanity kindness. You voted for a felon. You voted for a sexual abuser. You voted for a nasty individual. So don't get mad when people are nasty to you.
I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, and I know I'm probably going to get some unfollows, but I regret my vote 110%. What is going on with this country right now actually makes me sick. SNAP defunded, Medicaid ripped away. My children just lost their Medicaid. My 6 babies, 2 of them on the spectrum, 1 of them with severe asthma, just got caught. And it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better. what I've been seeing and what I've been hearing for these past few weeks, I've been trying to just ignore it, and I've been trying to say that it's, you know, it's just that side, fear-mongering again. But it's happening. It's happening. I'm absolutely terrified, and you should absolutely be terrified. And we all should be regretting who we voted for.
So I'm seeing a lot of people saying now is not the time to be talking about politics in regard to the flooding. Yes, it is. I know you're mad that I said if you voted for MAGA, you voted for this, but you did. Feel free to tag any MAGA voter you know in this video. Even the ones who were sitting on here crying about being misled. Because I've seen multiple videos now. I don't have sympathy for these Trump voters coming over. We were lied to. We were misled. Y'all called us sheep, stupid, brainwashed, liberal idiots. We tried to tell you. Kamala tried to tell y'all. Her economic plan was signed off by 23 Nobel Prize winning economists. I will never shut up about that, because if y'all weren't smart enough to read it yourself, because like that dude I stitched, she's like, we don't read the bills. Why would we read any of that? We trust what they tell us. We were telling y'all. He told you. Trump even said it. Y'all voted for this. He said he was going to do it. Kamala said, the only people who said he wasn't going to do Project 2025 and do all this other shit was the people who voted for him. Well, he said, but he didn't mean it like, you're taking everything personal. If you voted for MAGA, this is the exact time to talk about it. If you voted for MAGA, all of the unalivings that have occurred because of the National Weather Service being cut, the tornado in, I think it was Missouri, the flooding now in Texas, all of that, you directly you voted for that. You voted for that. We told y'all what was going to happen. Kamala tried to tell y'all what was going to happen. Trump told y'all what he was going to do. Elon told y'all what he was making cuts to, and y'all went, yes, sir.
Regarding all these farmers that are now crying about possibly losing their farms because they voted for Trump, this is why you absolutely should not feel bad for any of these farmers that voted for Trump. Now, the ones that didn't vote, yes, feel sorry for them, go support them, do whatever you need to do. But the ones that voted for Trump, do not feel sorry for them, and let me tell you why. I am a builder, and I've been building shit in Oklahoma City going on like 20 years now, and farmers are not stupid. If you have the ability to manage a farm and understand the weather, the climate, your machinery, the chemistry that goes into your crops, you are not a stupid person. You're just not. And especially when you come from generational farming, you have the ability to look ahead and predict what you need to survive. And so when you have two candidates, where you have Kamala Harris on one side giving you a whole list of shit that she's going to do for you and make your life better, and then you have Trump on the other side who can't even come out with a normal sounding sentence, and you still vote for that guy, and you are a farmer, you are either racist or sexist or both. And they're only crying now because now they are being treated exactly how they voted for other people to be treated. Got that? They are being treated how they voted for other minorities, people of color, everybody else, poor people, sick people. That's how they voted for other people to be treated. And now they're the ones being treated that way by losing their livelihood, their homes, their income, their farms. So do not feel sorry for them. This is exactly what they had coming. Quick follow-up as to why exactly would Trump be doing this to farmers anyways, and I'm guessing 99% chance it's because he wants to bankrupt farms so his corporate buddies can come in and do a land grab. Basically what you have been seeing the last few years, major companies buying up a bunch of rental houses and jacking up the price of rents, and it's all going to corporations. It's probably something similar to let these farms go to foreclosure and his corporate buddies be able to come in, swoop them up, and now you've got bigger companies involved in more of our day-to-day food.
This is crazy. I know we're not Kirk County. I know we're not Kerrville. I know we're not San Angelo or San Antonio. But hell, we're human beings. Have the day you deserve. And I hope you lose your job and your income. Saying we need help. Get me the media. Get me some official. Get me water. Get me anything we need, please. We have nothing. What you gonna do, baby?
alligator.
Alcatraz works if I want to. And just because you choose to walk around and put things in your body that the Bible says biblically should never happen is not my problem. And just because you look like an orange-haired troll doll is also not my issue. Don't treat us like this.
The woman you just saw is the same exact woman that you saw in the TikTok videos. That is the exact same woman that was being played side by side. She sits there and she begs in front of reporters saying, "Oh my God, help us. We don't have enough resources. We are human. Please have sympathy on us." And then she simultaneously, for the past 8 months, has been jumping on this app and stating we don't give a damn about the victims of Alligator Alcatraz, and she doesn't have any sympathy for the victims under this administration or the lives that have been torn apart. I'm not going to sit here and FAFO. I think that it alone speaks for itself. But I do want to talk on one specific thing directly to you Republicans. There was a House Bill, like 13. There's been a couple bills that have been introduced in these towns along the Guadalupe River. You guys continually vote against these bills. These bills are infrastructure bills. Infrastructure bills. So that you could have alarm systems along the river so when water goes high, it goes ding, 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 wake up, and you guys could get to safety. But you guys continue to vote on it because you don't want your taxpayers' dollars going to goddamn anything, including saving your own lives. Maybe this is a wake-up call to fund your cities and towns, up your infrastructure, vote for your infrastructure, and people wouldn't die. Anyways, my name is Mercedes Chandler. Give me a follow or you won't see my face again. Thank you. Goodbye.
I didn't care how things were affecting others until it affected me. Am I proud of that? No. We live in a very cruel world, and sometimes the only way to survive is by being selfish. We are all just out here trying to survive as best we can. And although we may have good intentions and we may be empathetic and we may be compassionate, we will always put ourselves first because we have to survive. And if that means making a mistake in my vote or maybe putting my trust in the wrong person like I did, then that's what it means. I will always put the betterment of my family and vote in ways that I think will help my family above anyone else.
Here's the problem with voting for your self-interest. I understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you're on the bottom and none of your needs are fulfilled, you can only think of yourself. But here's the problem with that, is you voted for your self-interest. So did everybody else in the Republican Party. Think about that for a minute. You voted for your self-interest, but you don't have anything. Like, you don't have anything. Like, that's what it is. But other people, rich people, they have a lot. So, of course, they're going to vote for their self-interest because they have something. You don't. You need the tribe, right? The socialized healthcare, the socialized dental care, schools, firefighters, police officers, all socialized systems. Is it clicking yet? You voted against the tribe. You know, humans didn't make it on their own. We always existed in a tribe, taking care of each other. You could only take care of yourself if you have something, and you don't have shit.
I don't think you need me to tell you that this administration has been the worst administration in American history, unless we're comparing to the first Trump administration. I don't know how that breakdown works, but so far, we have seen less legislation passed than any administration in 7 decades. He has us on the brink of war in the Middle East. As I record this, it's looking more and more likely we're going to strike Iran. He's ignoring federal judges. The Doge cuts were a complete failure. Elon Musk is gone. The list goes on and on and on. The tariffs are destroying the economy. And all this, some MAGA are finally waking up. Some MAGA are finally seeing the light. And today, we're going to react to some of these videos. Once again, my name is Chris Mallory. I'm filling in for Adam Mockler on the Adam Mockler channel. If you enjoy this type of content, the link to my YouTube channel will be in the description down below. I appreciate all the love lately. It really, really means the world. And for this channel, we're trying to build something big to punch back against MAGA moving into 2026, 2028, and beyond. And if you want to be a part of this community, like I always say, are you ready? All you have to do is hit subscribe down below. It goes a long way. All right, let's check out this first video on blind reacting. I've not seen any of these videos. So let's take a look at this first one. See what this gentleman has to say.
All right, you sheep.
First of all, I'm going to pause right here. If beautifully said. I'm glad this individual is calling bullshit. There's also a lot more bullshit in that bill. You know, the fact that we're claiming that we're cutting the deficit while adding $3.6 trillion with AT, or $3.8 trillion roughly, to the deficit based on those estimates. And that deficit comes from, we're, you know, just giving tax cuts to the richest Americans, mainly the top 20, 10, 5, and 1% of Americans. And meanwhile, it's not like it's investing any money or increasing spending on any of, you know, the different sections of America, like food benefits, SNAP benefits, Medicare. No. It's cutting all of those things. So yeah, the bill is garbage, and it's splitting a lot of Trump supporters. This is very interesting, but also well said, because no tax on tips is just, I guess, how it's outlined in this bill. It's terrible. So shout out to this guy. The important thing is that we continue to push and tell people, remind them how they felt. Don't have the memory of like a small gerbil, okay? We can't move to 2028 and people be like, well, it's fine. I forget about all the terrible things, because there's a lot of them. Let's take a look at the next one. It goes on and on and on and on. And again, just like what he ran on at this point, I always say this to people, and you have to keep reminding them, even when they say these things, whoever you're talking to, your friends, your family, someone online, it's like, do you remember where we were at 6-8 months ago, what Donald Trump was running on? In the middle of campaign season a year ago, this time a year ago, June, what was Donald Trump saying? Everyone in Washington is so incompetent that they're causing inflation and you can't afford anything. Day one, I'll make you rich. Well, we just got the Fed yesterday saying inflation is going to continue to rise. The stock market.
So MAGA, you got what you wanted. Our researchers, our doctors, all the people who do research for science to try and figure out these horrible diseases that humans have, everywhere in the world is asking them to come to their countries. You people don't understand what brain drain is. Brain drain. When a country does not have enough doctors, researchers, and scientists, the country goes to hell. The people become sick. There is no one to take care of them. Canada is asking all the nurses and doctors, come to Canada. Who the hell is going to take care of you? You're going to sit in an emergency room for 6, 7, 8 hours? Then you get into the bed in the emergency room and you wait 6, 7, 8 hours for a doctor to see you? Is this what you wanted? Oh, forget rural America. You're all just going to pass away because there won't be any hospitals. Is this what you wanted, MAGA? Yeah, you want the whole system to blow up? Well, the system is going to blow up. You don't see the effects yet, but wait. I'm sure that young Bubba won't get a broken foot. He won't get meningitis. He won't get chicken pox, smallpox, whatever pox, gonorrhea, syphilis. All of these diseases, none of them have gone anywhere. They're still here in the United States, every single one of them. And when you have done running out all the people who have any education because you have none, you're going to be fucked.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video, and also guys, you can share your thoughts on the comment section. Tell me, what do you think about white people right now coming out and regretting their vote for this administration? Majority of them, they voted against their own interests. They voted to punish migrant people and black people. But it has turned out that the same policy that they voted to punish the black people and immigrant people, it is now also punishing them. They are now feeling the pain of black people and immigrant people they have been feeling for years. And for them, you can see it is very painful to a point whereby they are coming out crying. They are now admitting, they are now coming out and telling the world that we are regretting to vote against our own interest. We didn't knew this policy will also affect us white people, and that's why they are coming out and telling the world how they are really feeling. And for you can see these people, the people who have been helping America so much, it is the black people and immigrant people. These are the people who are really building America, because I don't want to say white people, they are lazy. No, I don't want to say that, because the majority of them, they will come for me. So what I can tell them right now, when you see the history of America, the people who build America, it is the black people. The black people, they build America. And also they usually say America, it is a stolen land. And those white people who are in America, they were European reject, you can see. So these people also, America, it is not their land. They are European reject. They were rejected in European, and that's why they moved to America. And these people, they found the native of Americans. They took the land forcefully to them, and that's why I can tell you that America, it is a stolen land. And these people, after getting this land, they went ahead and bring black people in the motherland to come and during slavery, to come and force them into forced slavery to build America. So the people who build America, it is the black people. The sweat of the and hardship of the black people, it is the one which it is because of the effort and the sweat of black people. Right now we can see America, how America it is because of the black people. And also, guys, immigrant people, they have been helping so much white people, because these immigrant people, you know, majority of black people, they usually go to America, this money country, to look for greener pasture, because they believe in American dream. So majority of them, when they are coming in America, the first jobs that they can find around, it is the farm job. These are small jobs. So whenever they are finding these small jobs, they usually go and do it. So these farmers, let me just use farmers, the farmers people, they saw that they were told with the Donald Trump that the people who are taking their jobs, they are illegally in America. It is the illegal immigrant people. So they want to deport these illegal immigrant people back to their country, so that the black people can come and help them in the farm. So these people, they went ahead and voted against their own interest. Right now, those people, they are being deported. Majority of immigrants, they don't want to show up in the farms, because they fear the ICE can come to them and detain them and deport them back to their country. And that's because of that, we have seen white farmers, they are coming out really crying. People are not showing up in their farms. So I have some of the messages that black people, they have sent it, and I want to read it for you guys, so that we can also share the message that our brothers, they are sending to us. So there's a guy here saying that the sad part is that they will vote against themselves over and over. So this guy is saying that even if right now majority of these white people, they are crying, majority of them, they are regretting to vote for this administration, they are coming out and say that despite going all these challenges and the struggle, they will still vote themselves against their own interest again and again. So these people, they don't listen. And also the black people want these people not voting against this administration, but they didn't listen. Black want them, they didn't listen. So these people, it is clearly to show you that these people, they voted against their own interest to punish black people, but they knew that this policy will only punish black people and immigrant people. They knew that they will not be punished, but right now they're being punished and they're regretting. And even after right now them regretting, they will still come out and vote against their own interest once again. And also another one say, President Lyndon B. Johnson said, and I quote, "If you can convince the lowest white man that he is better than the best black man, you can pick his pocket." Wow, that is a great quote, guys. So there's another one is saying they are only complaining because it's affecting them. They didn't think about anyone, not even their own family members. They are getting just what they deserve. That man said he was getting $2,500 a month because of his 5 kids. No black man has ever received $28,000 for their children. Wow. So these people, they voted against their own interests. They didn't see their children. So what they did, it is just they were caring themselves. They wanted to protect themselves, but not even the family's members. So you can see how these people they are. We are the true Hebrews, and now that we are awake, all hell has broken loose on the entire earth. Shalom, shalom for those who have eyes to see. Wow. They are being treated exactly how they vote for other people to be treated. Bingo released a lot of Minnesota guilt for me. Boo hoo red farmer. So you can see these people, they are now being treated. They wanted black people to be more punished, but right now also they are still being punished. So this is like God is saving the black people from this rapt, and also is including these white people to be also punished with the same black people there, because this policy is not only punishing white people, also there are black people that are suffering. And we know right now black people, they are somehow used to it, but these people, they are now being punished, and black people, they are telling them that this is what we have been feeling for so many years, so also you need to feel that. So it is like these people, they wanted black people to be more punished, but right now it is turning that they are being punished more than black people. So there is another one here is saying, this was one agenda to happen. It doesn't matter who appear to be leading from the front. Many just don't get it. So there's another one say they thought everything will be on the winning team. They didn't think they will feel the pain of their choice. Wow, that is a great message. Thank you for your great. There's one here saying racism is expensive. Wow, that one, it is really racism, it is expensive. That it is a really strong message. So this one is reminding that how Donald Trump he is, because we know that Donald Trump, he doesn't want black people in America. He only want yellow people and white people in America. So whatever they think that it is going on in America, he is trying to eliminate other color so that they can remain with one color, that it is white and yellow people only. So this man now is coming out and say racism, it is very expensive, and these people, they need to know that racism, it is really expensive, and also racism, it is not a good thing. So if you are coming out with the racism, also it will come back to you. So thank you so much, guys. Kindly remember to give a video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe and share your thoughts on the comment section. See you on my next one. Bye bye.